longing to be loved, appreciated, needed, understood, and affirmed. Find love, walk love, live love. Beyond imagination.
Marriage, also called a holy matrimony or a wedlock, can be defined as a legally recognized lifelong voluntary union between a man and a woman. So the Bible says in the book of Genesis chapter number 2 verse number 24, a man will leave his father and mother and be united or be joined to his wife, and together they become one flesh. Now there is something that I want you to learn right there. A man will leave, you need to underline leave, his father and mother and be joined. You cannot be joined to a woman or your wife unless you have left your father and your mother, and that should be fundamental. And the two of you will become. So it's actually going to be difficult for the two of you to become if one is still attached to the parents. So in other words, the man cannot actually take the woman to the parents' house to live with the parents and expect the woman to still be a wife. The woman is going to be a child, because the mother is going to actually tell the woman where to put the curtains. So it needs to actually be clear from the beginning on how it is built. When the foundation is actually done correctly, then it becomes very easy. Now the other thing that I want you to also learn is the two of you don't have to think the unthinkable. The book of Galatians chapter number 6 verse number 3 says, if you think to yourself, or anyone who thinks to himself to be something when they are nothing, they deceive themselves. In other words, if you think it's all about you in marriage, then you have to think again. If you think you are smarter than your partner, then you have to think again. In other words, when you enter into marriage, you both have to be selfless. You both have to come together with newness and build oneness. So I'm going to actually take you through the no ones that I have put together in order to assist you so that you are able to understand how it works. No one is better than the other in marriage. No one works harder than the other in marriage. No one is educated than the other in marriage. No one is good looking than the other in marriage. No one is loved more by their family members than the other in marriage. No one adopts family members' children than the other in marriage. No one buys grocery for the family members than the other in marriage. No one gives money to the family members than the other in marriage. No one can desert at the first difficulty. They take their bags and leave this marriage. No one can actually get married quite quicker out of this marriage. You are in this together, and you have to hold hands and be able to fight the future together. You have to learn in marriage to laugh together. You cry together. You win together. You fail together. You plan together. You feel for each other. You actually share pain together. And you see, on the concept of pain, it becomes very sensitive, and I need to take you through over pain, because pain becomes the number one attack for marriage. Because it triggers anger, and there are various ways that pain can be felt. If you use the word pain as a variable noun, it will actually be a feeling of discomfort that you have like when you have headache or when you have a backache. When a partner sounds to say that I have either headache or backache, it's time for the next partner to actually stand up, bring closer a painkiller, bring closer water. If it's backache, you actually need to stand up and get the massage oil and be able to help out the pain that is actually felt by your partner. In that way, you are building unity. You are building togetherness. You are actually available for each other. But at the same time, you can actually use the word pain in a way of a verb, like when you actually say, it pains me to feel, to think that my daughter went to bed without a meal. The next partner should be able to come in to say, it will be okay. We will improve on the time the following day. You are both involved in the feeling that the next partner has. And again, you can use pain, the word pain, as an uncountable noun, and in that way you are actually going to actually define pain as a feeling of unhappiness that you have, mainly because something unpleasant or upsetting has actually happened. For example, if you actually brought your woman in your parents' house and your mother has to actually tell your woman what to do and how to do it, or perhaps they actually project that one of the partners came into marriage for the other partner's money and nothing else. That is an explosion that is actually dropped just in between your marriage. It is actually now requiring the two of you to know how to handle this. Because at the first instance of listening to this and you jump, then you are actually creating a problem in your marriage. It's no longer a problem to others or other things, but it's a problem inside your marriage. Now, I need to actually take you through James, the brother of the Lord's brother, on chapter 1, verse number 19 and 20. He says, brothers and sisters, please pay attention. Everyone must be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Why? He says, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. So Lawrence J. Peters says, speak when you are angry, then you'll make the best speech you'll forever regret. So unless we know how to can control, or unless we control our anger, we will be sure to lose out in life. So you need to actually put your mind in gear before you put your lips in motion. So successful people have got two things on their lips. They've got a smile and silence. With a smile, you can solve a problem. With silence, you can avoid a problem. So you need to actually understand the dynamics as we actually move on into the life, the relationship that two people have to have. So there's something that I also want to actually take you through quickly here. Dr. Caroline Leaf says, a man's brain is built to see conversation as a means to an end. And a woman's brain is built to actually see talking as an end in itself. So as partners, you don't have to talk to release the pain, but you have to talk to actually win the next partner to see the bigger picture. So that is how it has to be, because most of our interaction is lost in translation. What she said is not what you heard. What he thought is not what you assumed. Nick Vujicic says, you cannot control what happens around you, but you can control how you respond. So how we respond to pain, will actually either make us or break us. So we need to understand. But you see, the other factor is pride. Pride goes before destruction. So you don't have to actually use pride. You need to swallow your pride. You need to actually humble yourself. No matter how you are projected, whether they tell you you are whatever it is, you just need to actually fix what you think is good for you. Les Brown says, do not let somebody's opinion about you should not become your reality. In other words, you actually have to stick to do what is difficult in order to have an easy life. But if you do what is easy, your life will be difficult. Now, if you continue doing what you're doing, you'll continue getting what you're getting. And remember, God is able to do beyond imagination.
Find love, walk love, live love. Beyond imagination.